Welcome back, this is part 5 of 2-man anniversary, Underworld mod, Doppelganger. I thought I'd play it to level, kind of straight up, but kind of not. And I'm going into this very annoying room. This room is so irritating. It's like, what did Crystal Dynamics come up with for the end of this bloody level? It's a big, massive, great big room full of pillars. That's very annoying. I picked up some ammo here. I spawned some ammo. And then they thought, let's fill it with monsters that you got to shoot at, and they're very difficult. And then you have to keep doing it over and over again until you clear the room. And then you got to mess about with this stupid nonsense with climbing up pillars, which is like, it's kind of like you go for all this, and they said, "Oh, we're reimagining it." So they reimagined it, and they put a really tedious, boring, annoying, hard room at the end of it. It's like, really? I can't remember what the original one was. It was just it was a room with the bit, but I can't remember. It wasn't as annoying as this. But yeah, we'll just throw everything at the end of this one. I got totally beasted on this one. This was annoying, very annoying. I died. And I'm not even dodging. They just, man, because you got to do headshots, and that still applies throughout the game. So it's going to do a thing where you shoot them, then they get annoyed, and then they get all the rage, and then they run at you. And it's like, yeah, nice. And I'm not good at, and I can't remember. I ain't played this game in several years, to be honest. It doesn't die when you shoot it. That's why I don't like this game, in part, because there's some sections that are just annoying, very annoying. I don't know what I'm doing there. Lara. Oh, this is Lara. I didn't even swap over, did I? What bugger this? No, can't be bothered. It could have come with something better than this. I don't know why they didn't come with something just that involves poles or big stairs or a block puzzle or something like that. No, you come up with this. Like, really? It's an annoying, boring, dull room which involves climbing on pillars 2 inches from the floor for the most part. But if Lara Croft was real, this room would be like easy because you just climb up the wall where you need to go rather than going around the houses with all this carry on with jumping across pillars and this, that and the other. It's like, yeah, and they padded it with these monsters because that gives you some resistance. The floor could have been covered in water. You could have water and you have to climb up. That could have been more interesting with little island things on it. And it could have been like multiple ways you could have gone about doing this. No, you got to go one specific way to get there on a pillar. And look at those. That's where you got to go. I mean, seriously, that's a 6 to 10 foot rule. Lara can't climb up there. It's a technical impossibility. There's a secret up there. And this, yeah, it's like these very conveniently damaged pillars that don't fall down. Lara can get on that. Very convenient. You have to start over here. You can't start over there. You got to start over here. They must have said that. Well, they sat down and they drew a bunch of stuff out and going, yeah, that'll do. Yeah, because we're running out of ideas now. We'll do this. I think this is about the time they did start to run out of ideas, to be honest. Their reimagining became quite like, can we be bothered to do anything? No. We'll just do this thing with these pillars. That'll do it. Yeah, they'll love that. They'll love that. They'll be bamboozled and they'll be like, this is a challenge. It's so Tomb Raider. This is the bit here. If you don't get this right when you're on the hook for swinging, and Lara does this thing where she jumps the opposite way to where, depending on where your camera is, you have to do that bit there again up to this point. That's why I like playing the PS2 version. You can save where you want. And I really have trouble with this because the way the camera works and the logic where Lara's jumping in relation to the camera, she just jumps the opposite way, and it's... I blame Crystal Dynamics for this because they did the engine, they came up with the way this works. Goes backwards, she jumps right or left or whatever, and I'm like, I'm not doing that again. This is like, they bungled this because the way that works. They should have sat down and gone, no, this is going to be really annoying for most people. Let's do a thing where there's an alternate way, or some of the means where there may be a little ledge near there or something that she could stand on. No, they didn't do that. So you get this business where if you're very lucky you nail that jump backwards. Often she doesn't do it. So this is me basically making fun of Crystal Dynamics because this end bit isn't really good enough. It's kind of just crap and annoying. Again, there's this thing, but they don't really reward you with a nice end of a level that's reasonably fair. It's this, no, we're doing it this way, and you're still acting like you're on level 1, so you haven't earned anything, so we're going to just throw this level at you, and it's going to be, we're expecting you to be able to crack this, even though the game works in a flawed way that makes you jump the wrong way. Just to get onto a bloody platform that's 10 foot off the ground. I mean, seriously. I bungled that up. I was like, that was my fault there. I can't blame Crystal Dynamics for that one. If you bungle it, you got to start again. She's not 10 foot off the ground for the most part in this level. This is what gets me about this. They compress and squeeze these spaces down. I don't know why. Was it because everyone was on Core 2 Duos or something? I don't know. Or latter day Pentium 4s. I mean, it will be too much for the computers. It might have been, but it just seems a bit incredulous to get to this level of technological advancement with the way it looks, and then it's this squeezed, squashed thing with the... that they couldn't be bothered to make it work the way it should work, so it becomes another nail in the coffin of reasonable gameplay. They just... That is stupid. What? That is like, what? That tiny little platform that's just nanometers off the ground. Well, the way Lara used to jump in the original game, she could have bounded onto that pretty much. Now this is the point where I realised I didn't have the ski-on parts. So what I decided to do...
The creature's limbs are misshapen. One could be weaker than the other.
I realised that I couldn't open the door. Now I know I could have flown through it with the flying sheep, but I decided to play the game within the spirit of the game. So I spawned them. Who needs to play the previous part of the game when you can just get the bits out of the actual repository inside the game where you can just spawn them? So I got both of them. I had to look for them. I had to cut that out. That's okay. Just
the creature's limbs
this
are
level
misshapen.
is so... It's so annoying. It's such an annoying, tedious end to a level that could have been... It's like, it's not a terrible level, but this end is like really crap. It's just not... It's just... I thought, if I don't want to fly through the door, I'm going to just get the bits that I haven't got because I haven't played it, because I haven't got them in my inventory. Now, old Lara could have tried running at that and probably would have made that. I'm certain that original Lara from the early games would have jumped across from there to the other one without this business. I'm looking now, I'm just looking, trying to think where I had to go. Yeah, I had to do this bit. I thought, oh, you have to do this grapple thing again. I thought, I can't do this. I'll do this. This bit isn't so bad, but the first part was like, no, they didn't think that out very well, and it's kind of again, if the pillars hadn't been damaged like this, she'd never get in there. You'd never get up there, not without a ladder. Got to get onto there. It's just this leg grabbing thing. It's like... And you have to get onto that, and that's not so difficult, but there's a thing where I'm not sure if you get the Scion first, you can't get the secret, so you'd have to do it again. I'm not entirely sure if you can get the... I couldn't get back onto the pillar from where that platform was anyway. I don't think I... Then maybe you have to go for the secret first, I think. But I couldn't get back on it. This whole thing is like, they could have done something totally different, but instead of pillars, it could have been something, I don't know. In fact, they've got the engine that allows a lot more than the original. You could have put a totally different thing in here with something other than this. It seems quite... Can't be bothered. I bloody ruined that, didn't I? I fell off of that. Come on, Doppy, you got to think a bit harder here. I don't know what it is that they made it so difficult to put the skin. If you got the ski on bits, why is it hard to put them in the lock then? So whoever made this room made it so even if you got it, you still have to piss about on here, even though the pillars weren't damaged when they built them. So how would you got up here then? It's like you must have had to have had a ladder then. So it's like, that's even more ridiculous that they came up with an idea where you have to go via the pillars, but the pillars weren't damaged when the room was new. So it doesn't make any sense to me why you'd have to go about it this way, because the pillars weren't damaged when the room was newly built. So if she'd have come here when it was a new room, she wouldn't have been able to get in then. Get to those platforms. Oh, crystal dynamics. Just... whatever. You get this thing here, this is... I couldn't pick it up because it was being funny, there we are. So we go into it, and this is the bit where the she picks up the thing. We've seen the cutscene before, so... But yeah. This room, I wanted to go into the room, but it wouldn't let me. Thank you, Doppelganger. Thank you, Doppelganger. Sterling work. I'll stop here. So, thanks for watching, and I'll be back in the next video. Till then, bye.